It shall be showers of blessing. This is the promise of love. They shall be seasons refreshing, sent from the Savior above. Showers of blessing, showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. They shall be showers of blessing, precious reviving again. Over the hills and the valleys, sound of the burdens of rain. Showers of blessing, showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. They shall be showers of blessing. Send them upon us, O Lord. Grant to us now a refreshing. Come and now honor thy word. Showers of blessing, showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead.
Did you know 74% of the people fly along with a companion?
What is education? Books? Classes? Teachers? Schools? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich, a necessity for the bread earner, a dream for the underprivileged, an aspiration for the suppressed, a distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives by a necessary training. Education, thus, also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social, and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult
No, so that is one work too. Can pick then I catch up and smile and until I pick the okay. You no reply. Chat yeah.
Look into the problem to make a better system which is more practical and provides hands-on learning to the students. Who are we? The International Internship University is a virtual university with state-of-the-art curriculum, real-life industry exposure, amazing student attention, learning-oriented resources, and most of all, a commitment to make the world a better place. Why do we exist? We exist to fulfill the necessity of the bread earner. We exist to help underprivileged achieve their dreams. We exist to fuel aspirations and accessibility. We exist to provide everyone the luxury of being capable of changing the world. We really do exist to ignite young minds and make them the torchbearers of tomorrow. For a better future, for the legacy of everyone who's left us, for the hope of everyone who's yet to come, for the growth of everyone who walks this beautiful planet. We invite you to join our world-class educational team and platform with an altruistic dedication to creating the future. The change is so big that it would potentially impact millions across the world. Millions of children and youth around the world cannot wait any longer. Please join us in our effort to create the virtual learning generation of IIU. We're IIU, we're change. Welcome to our world, a new tomorrow. What is education? Books? Classes? Teachers? Schools? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich, a necessity for the bread earner, a dream for the underprivileged, an aspiration for the suppressed, a distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. A distant reality for the inaccessible. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives by necessary training. Education, thus, also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social, and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, is either all academic, all physical, all virtual, or all costly. Also, it makes easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. We cannot win over the future by sabotaging our present with extreme disparity. IIU takes great pride in saying that we're bridging the gaps in education system. We're not just academicians, but also practically oriented. We're not just limited to virtual classes, but also physical exposure. We do not dig a hole in the pockets of the students and their families. We're everything that traditional education hasn't been. IIU has already implemented and promoting the MOOCs technology. When we talk about MOOCs technology, it stands for Massive, Open, Online Courses. The word massive is to be understood in the sense that 100,000 learners or more at the same time have open and equal opportunities to attend these courses. MOOCs are truly a tremendous technological leap, and what makes them so attractive is that they don't imply any cost to learners. IIU has tied up with more than 100 universities to provide more than 10,000 courses to the students, free of cost, with the help of MOOCs technology. We're a revolution in the making, a wind of change. Education is much more charming and intriguing than the temptations of distractions unnecessary. Our education policymakers must look into the problem to make a better system, which is more practical and provides hands-on learning to the students. Who are we? The International Internship University is a virtual university with state-of-the-art curriculum, real-life industry exposure, amazing student attention, learning-oriented resources, and most of all, a commitment to make the world a better place. Why do we exist? We exist to fulfill the necessity of the bread earner. We exist to help underprivileged achieve their dreams. We exist to fuel aspirations and accessibility. We exist to provide everyone the luxury of being capable of changing the world. We really do exist to ignite young minds and make them the torchbearers of tomorrow. For a better future, for the legacy of everyone who's left us, for the hope of everyone who's yet to come, and for the growth of everyone who walks this beautiful planet. We invite you to join our world-class educational team and platform with an altruistic dedication to creating the future. The change is so big that it would potentially impact millions across the world. Millions of children and youth around the world cannot wait any longer. Please join us in our effort to create the virtual learning generation of IIU. We're IIU, we're change. Welcome to our world, a new tomorrow.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the respected dignitaries of IIU, distinguished speakers, honorable participants, and loving audience present here for all around the globe. I'm very happy to be a part of this conference, yes, being the country director for International Internship University from India. Firstly, I would like to thank each one of you for joining today's conference. Yes, it's been prolonged conference since last couple of days, and today is the last day of this conference. And with this, as we at IIU promote and foster diversity, religion, and culture, before we start with our today's conference, I, Dr. Prachi Gaur, as the country head India of the IIU University and your host for the day, feel great pleasure and proud to share the importance of this day with you all at this global platform. Yes, India, which is world-renowned for its customs, religion, tradition, and culture. As you all can see, today I'm in my traditional dress as I belong to Rajasthan. So today, we Indians are celebrating our one of the most significant festival, Navratri. And today is the 9th day of this holy festival, which is often regarded as a celebration of women empowerment because it upholds the power of a woman by worshipping goddess Durga. Yes, the deity is considered as the manifestation of power, truth, education, peace, rebellion, a caring mother, and a loved wife. So very happy Navratri, first of all, to you all. It's my privilege to welcome you all to this IIU-IYDC, yes, International Youth Development Council Conference organized by the one of its kind first ever, the virtual university, yes, the International Internship University, and the first global virtual university offering quality, accessible, and location-independent education around all the areas. Yes, the world has become much smaller place. Anytime, anywhere, we all can study if we have wish, if we will for. So before we start, let's pray to the Almighty for the success of this event and seek His blessings to the goddess Durga for the well-being of everyone on this globe. Yeah, so let's start with our day today. There you go. And yes, with this beautiful performance and to the God Almighty, with their blessings, the start of the day. and what a pious start to begin this event, certainly. I want to express my gratitude to have been given this opportunity to be the host of this event and to be a part of this historic IIU-IYDC conference, yes, International Youth Development Council Conference, where I've always been connected to youth, but this is globally, which IIU has been giving different opportunities to every individual. It's my honor to introduce the team IIU and the strong support of IIU, who all are working consistently to achieve the vision and mission of this university by bringing the new era of education all around the globe. The inspiration of IIU, yes, Sri Dandi Swamiji Maharaj, his blessings and guidance in every endeavour of IIU are stimulating. Our trustees of IIU, Ms. Roshni Lal ma'am and Ms. Anju Pandit ma'am. Visionary founder, yes, and COO of IIU, the one brain behind everything, Mr. Peeyush Pandit sir, the man behind the success of the International Internship University. I would like to introduce our co-founders of IIU, Mr. Stephen, co-founder, IIU Australia, Dr. Satnam Durchekar, she's the co-founder of IIU from United Kingdom, Ms. Mona Angia, yes, again, the co-founder from International Internship University, yes, from Indonesia, and our executive board members of the IIU, Ms. Corina Sujdeya, Dr. Kalyani Rao, Ms. Nada Ratkovic from Croatia, Mr. Prakash Lal Durchekar from United Kingdom. Our Presidential Council, Dr. Pratibha Mishra from India, Advisory Board, Dr. Satnam Durchekar from United Kingdom, Honorary Degree Board, Dr. Prachi Gaur, India, HR and Training and Country Director, India, DII University, and Dr. N.G. Mathur, India, Research and Development Board. Our Board of Directors of IIU, Dr. Snigdha Kadam, Dr. Alisha White, Dr. Prachi Kaur, and Professor Dr. Chap, General Efo Charles from Continent Head, Africa, DII University. A big round of applause for our team. Yes, what a pleasure to introduce the entire team, and globally, yes, every individual has been working really very hard to bring this sort of different concepts among you all. So you all must be curious to know more about International Internship University. International Internship University is building a better and brighter future for all young learners and is committed to provide better and virtual education to all the young learners around the globe. IIU is actually metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional costs and providing access to more than 10,000 plus courses and internships to their e-learners and across the globe where anyone can learn. As I said earlier, the world has become a much smaller place when IIU comes in the picture. IIU has been accredited and affiliated with the World Education Organization and the International Accreditation Organization, which is IAO, and collaborated with world's top-notch universities and educational institutions through the platform of massive open online courses, which is called MOOC, as we have seen that in the latest video. So the IIU actually provides various certificates, including diplomas, graduations, post-graduations, diploma, post-graduation courses, and honorary doctorates, where IIU has received many accreditations as per international standards for its innovation, vision, creative ideas, research, and white paper publications as well. International Internship University is building a better and brighter future for all young learners and is committed to provide better and virtual education to all the young learners of this globe. So IIU Council actually presents the IIU-WEC, Women Entrepreneur Council, IIU SDG, where International Student SDC, International Student Development Council, IIU-IYDC, International Youth Development Council, and the fourth, IIU International Council for Educators, yes, ICE, where IIU-WEC is given an opportunity to every woman on this globe to witness the uncultivated talents within her to be successful woman entrepreneur by joining IIU Women Entrepreneurs Council. And women's empowerment is empowering women in all walks of life. Dear women are part of the International Internship University, where Women Entrepreneurs Council to recognize each woman as an entrepreneur. Isn't it great? Where they're empowering every individual. IIU-IYDC, where nation's future depends on students or the youth. The Student Council helps to raise funds for schools, college-wise activities, including social events, community projects, helping people in need, school reform, and so on. This third one, IIU-IYDC, the event which we all are attending today, International Youth Development Council, where youth comes but once in a life. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow Youth is not defined by age or time. It is defined by your social energy and mature mind, isn't it? And that's what actually said. So the program focuses on developing young minds and making their one-time opportunity a lifetime achievement. Knowledge and education are the basis for all things that can be accomplished in life. And that's where, again, IIU is playing a huge role. Now, last but not the least, IIU-ICE recognizes the contribution of educators all over the world in the field of education and welcomes them to change the lives of many more by imparting the quality education and spreading the knowledge worldwide. Mr. Peeyush Pandit, yes, the co-founder, says, towards we will achieve more. Together we will achieve more. We should inspire each other to expand our minds and perspectives, always striving to explore new ideas and innovations for the betterment of the world. And after the hearing about International Internship University, its councils, you all must be excited. You all must be thinking, what is this today's event is all about? What are you going to learn today? Are you all there to understand, accept, learn, or grasp? As we all have been coming up with different events, new concepts. So are you? Let me see your reaction on the screen or on the chat box. So thumbs up, raise hands, and till the end, so you all can type TTE. I'll be waiting for all your reactions in the chat box so that we all will be a part of it. And I would see that we all are actually on the same page and we all are learning today from our fabulous minds or the mind-blowing, speakers, those who are going to share impart their ideas among all of us. So that's fabulous. What a mind-blowing response that we all will be receiving. I'm waiting for all of you. Let's learn together. Let's share and grow together this evening with this same enthusiasm. Not the energy only with me, with you all too. So I want to throw some light on IIU-IYDC. With that, I'll be waiting for your response too as well. Please, guys, be a part of it. Mr. Peeyush Pandit, the co-founder of International Internship University, always says youth are the future of the world. So youth development is directly related to the development and progress of the world. Mr. Peeyush Pandit always says that the youth development builds on 6 C's, which helps to prepare youth for success in every endeavor. Yes, and what he says, let's understand more in detail. He says competence, confidence, connections, compassion, contribution, character. These are 6 C's. With a vision, yes, to improve the lives of children and adolescents by meeting their basic physical development and social needs and by helping them to build the competencies needed to become successful adults. Mr. Pandit decided to form IIU International Youth Development Council. IIU International Youth Development Council, yes, IYDC, endeavours to bridge the gap between global and local in each part of the world. Now, where it is connecting and bridging the gap, where is IIDC is always looking for young and enthusiastic minds who wants to get involved with us and participate and to learn as well while growing together. IIYDC has developed various programs and services for youth from the underprivileged sections of the society who were poor, orphaned, delinquent, or mentally ill, focused heavily on helping them avoid their natural inclination toward vice and sought to help them gain useful occupation by focusing on developing the strength of the youths of the world. Where Youth Development Council also help youth all over the globe to improve their lives through an educational process that applies knowledge to critical issues, needs, and opportunities of education and employment. Also, IYDC connects youth with opportunities to transform their lives. Now, here, the International Internship University and its councils are actually playing a huge role in every single life. It's just we need to understand and adapt. So today, we will be witnessing the plenitude of ideas, knowledge delivered by 24 experienced speakers, right? And our chief guest, our special guest, our trustee, our eminent speakers will certainly throw light on humanity aligned by goals. They will be talking more in detail, which will transform the youth to be better youth for tomorrow. And now, the motive we all are actually gathered here for. Our keynote speakers who will be sharing their ideas, their views, techniques, ventures, and much more. I would like to give introductions of our highly experienced speakers now. Please enlighten us with your inspiring words. With this, I would like to invite, yes, my first speaker for the day. My first speaker for the day, Miss Nidhi Nijhawan. She is a seasoned professional with more than 20 years of rich experience and extensive experience in teaching and school administration. She's a keen planner and, uh, and also an implementer with a track record of implementing operational policies, norms, systems, and controls the motivational schemes and educational standards in her school. A very, very big, very warm welcome, ma'am. A big round of applause to have you here with us. Floor is all yours. Ms. Nidhi. Ma'am, if you can start your camera. We can't see you.
Yeah, am I visible?
Yes, you are. You're audible to loud and clear.
All right. A very warm good evening to each one of you. And yes, I'm from India and New Delhi, so the capital of India. And it's a pleasure to be a part of this conference today. And sharing my thoughts, I would begin with that it's a beautiful topic to speak on and beautiful things to take on. I am facing a bit of connectivity issue. So if I'm allowed to switch off my camera, will it do?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So basically, if I would like to talk and I would like to throw some light on the issue when we talk of building a youth, taking the humanity as goals, I would like to share and I would like to stress that it's important during these pandemic times, the way the youth today, it's a challenge for them definitely, because not only is the education, the current economic scenario, what they are facing, and moreover, the kind of competition, the kind of the kind of challenges they are facing are tremendous. But yes, they are still united together. And in as a school leader, we are stressing lot on building on the lives on their skill sets, and also sharing with them.
I believe we are losing her connection. Miss Nidhi. We'll be coming back to her once again. Meanwhile, let's move to another speaker of the day. Yes, Miss Nirmala Devi. She's been an experienced teacher since last 21 years and been working in different languages. She's also the head of English language panel for SK St. Patrick's School. Yes, a very, very warm welcome, ma'am. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Dr. Praji. Listening to you is so interesting, and so I feel so energetic, especially on this day when we are worshiping Goddess Durga. I feel like I'm seeing her in you, in your words. Thank you so much, Dr. Praji, for that warm welcome. A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to Dr. Peeyush Pandit, co-founder of IIU, board members of IIU, Ms. Corina Surje, Project Director of International Ambassador IIU from Romania. Dear educators, let me share screen, Dr. Prachi.
Yeah, I'll just allow you.
All right. Still disabled.
Yeah, you can now.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Prachi. Okay, is my screen visible, Dr. Prachi?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me, doctor?
Yes, loud and clear.
Oh, but unfortunately, my screen is not visible on my screen. But are you able to see my screen?
We can, yeah.
You can, but I can't see. Hang on a minute. I think some connectivity issue. Hang on a minute. My screen is so dark. I can't see anything. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, your screen is visible to us.
Yeah, but I can't see anything. It's so black here. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. Now everything is so dark. Actually.
Can you connect once again?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I tried to connect because I can't see anything.
Ms. Nirmala, is it working now?
I'm so sorry for the technical issue. I can't see anything from my laptop just
So
now.
you can
I'll talk without my slide. Yes. Okay. According to Malaysian policy, youth in Malaysia, they are actually I mean, the age group is actually from 15 to 40 years old. And there are many activities being done by the youth in Malaysia, especially during the pandemic. I've seen them organizing online classes for the poor children and also offering help at health centers and also organizing many fundraising activities for the people around in Malaysia, in many places. So this has been a very great help for the people in the community, especially in my town and also other parts of Malaysia, where other people are being helped by the youth. So this kind of progress helped by the youth actually very inviting and also very helpful for the people who really needs the help. So this is one of the examples that I will say that is really helping the people in my community, as what you have said just now by Dr. Peeyush Pandit. He believes in 6 C's, and which is very true. It is really happening in my country, where I get to see many youth are helping others, especially during this pandemic. Though many people are suffering during this pandemic, but the help from the youth collectively are very helpful, where they are able to support the people in terms of financial, food, and also giving them many opportunities in order to overcome the problems. Because all of us are very much affected, especially those people who are earning low, very low income. They're affected badly, and many of them lost their jobs. So apart from the government helping the people around in my community, I see that the youth are collectively helping the people in order to ease their burden. So I really believe that youth support is very much important in order to help the people who really needs help. And not only that, I noticed that many of them also organizing online classes for students who really need help, especially during this pandemic, where some of them are unable to pay to get this education to support them in their learning. So the youth, they are collectively helping these needy children in order to support them in learning different subjects. So this is a very inviting and also very helpful for the people who are really suffering during this pandemic. So I think it is very, what do I say? It's very, I'm very happy to see the development in youth in my country in order supporting people who are really in need, especially during this pandemic. Well, I think with that, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Actually, I prepared a PPT. Maybe perhaps I share with Ms. Corina later on. Because something happened, so I can't share. So I'm just summarizing whatever I prepared. Thank you very much, Dr. Prachi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful conference. And yes, that's how we learn together. And certainly this one thing which you have mentioned, growing, when it comes to youth, definitely, it's important. And that's what IIU is actually bringing, isn't it? With this,
yes.
Moving further to our news, another speaker, Ms. Alhaji Karbo from Sierra Leone. So the stage is all yours. I see he's finding difficulty in joining. Ambassador Alhaji Sheikh Karbo. Till then, let's move further and then we'll be coming back to him. So our next speaker, yes, Marcelia William. She's qualified as a teacher of English in Buenos Aires, Argentina. She got a TESOL certification some years later, and she is a passionate, lifelong learner and at present as well. So she keeps on learning like the way we all are today. She holds a diploma in school management and a diploma in neurosciences and leadership and a diploma in socio-emotional learning as well. She has worked in the field for more than 30 years, preparing a great number of students for all kinds of Cambridge examinations. She has been a London University and Oxford University examiner as well, and has also worked extensively with Anglia University. She's also a teacher's trainer, and also supports the United Nations 2030 agenda, where she firmly believes in its inclusion in the classrooms, as she has been a Teach SDGs ambassador since 2019. A very, very warm welcome, dear. The stage is all yours, and we all get to learn a lot from you as you have been a teacher's trainer.
Hello, how are you? Good morning from Argentina. Good morning for me. Good evening for you. How wonderful we can be together. Could I please ask for permission to share my screen?
Yes, dear.
Here it says, if I press here, it says that the host has disabled.
Yeah, now you go.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll be sharing. Well, what a great possibility to be here. Thank you, Miss Karina. Thank you to the co-founder as well. It's a big pleasure for me from Argentina to be able to be here with all of you. As I said in my previous presentation with you all, it's a big pleasure that we can be together. Yeah, and I mean, joining continents and joining thoughts, right, as we are here. So our presentation today is connected with this topic, which is humanity aligned by goals, transformed a better youth, okay? And that is what I want to talk about, right? So this is me. I'm from Argentina, as I have just been presented, right? My name is Marcela Villan. I'm a certified teacher of English, and I'm 51 years old, so that means that I've already got 32 years experience in a classroom, which means a lot, because I mean, this means that everything that I am going to tell you, I work with adolescents, so I really do know that, I mean, we do need to transform their education to be able to make them participate in real life. And if you have a look at these pictures, I imagine that they may coincide with what you see in classrooms all around the world. Yeah, this is what I find here. I find children who are not motivated, who are just there sitting in the classrooms, small children, right, who are just all the time looking at yourself, at you, but I mean, it's not that they are really motivated with the learning. Adolescents who are all the time listening to music or using their cell phones. And we at the schools have to struggle with all this, right, which is a big job for us teachers of English. So the topic of our presentation today is humanity, the quality humanity. It's connected with humanity, and humanity, if you look it up in the dictionary, you will find that it means the quality of being humane. And if we say, what's the meaning of humane? If we ask ourselves, what's the meaning of humane? And you look it up in the dictionary, you will find that humane is being marked by compassion, sympathy, or consideration for humans or animals. So, it also talks about goals, and when it talks about goals, the topic of our conference, of our meeting here, I cannot avoid thinking about the Sustainable Development Goals, right? And the Sustainable Development Goals for me here in Argentina, it's been a great framework to include all these questions of humanity into the classrooms. So, reflections on teaching. What is the value of teaching students, right? If students, right, ignore the reality of the world in which they live. We are not only teachers of English, we are also teachers of humans, and we don't have to forget that. So there are hidden lessons that we should address to prepare our students to live in the real world. Someone at the beginning of this conference started mentioning the competencies that students need. And of course, we don't have to forget about them. We have to bear them in mind when we give our classes. We must put adolescents, we must put them into a better position to recognize and understand the problems we face at the world level, because this is not only local, this is not only national, this is these issues are all around the world, so they are at a world level, global issues. Develop new ideas to face these issues, to develop new ideas, to follow through with solutions towards a better living, and we need their help. So the United Nations in the year 2000 thought about the Millennium Goals, right, which were just 8 goals that they had to achieve by the year 2015. They managed to reach some of the targets in these goals, but they still thought that we needed more, and that's why they created the Sustainable Development Goals in the year 2015. These were the 8 first goals that they created, and here we have our dear Sustainable Development Goals. These 17 goals that the United Nations created back in the year 2015 for, let's say, the governments and for institutions to work hard for, let's say, the betterment of the world. But they won't be able to reach these goals alone if we, teachers, don't help, but inspiring our students to work towards them. So, if you have a look at the goals, right, they are divided, they can be divided into levels. We have the goals that devote to people. We also have the goals that refer to the ecology. And we do have the goals that refer to the spirit of this betterment of the world, yeah, which is goal number 16, connected with peace, justice, and strong institutions, and connected with the partnership for the goals, that is to say, we all have to get together. Me in Argentina, you there in Asia, but we all need to get together to be able to, let's say, help governments and help the United Nations to reach these goals. By working hard on these goals, we will be inspiring our students on humanity, because we will be building empathy. We will be building lots of values on them that will make them better people to work in this world. So, you know that the United Nations has declared this decade the decade of action, and it's the action to act now. We don't have to leave anyone behind. Their goal is leave no one behind, and that is what we should do, because if we do this, if we make our students participate in all day decisions, if we make our students better people by working hard on these goals and inspiring them to take action into this world, we will be preparing them for what is ahead. So we know that there are 17 goals and there are 169 targets. Inside each goal, you have lots of targets that you can fulfill. And so how can we help? Of course, we can help taking these goals into the classroom, making our students think about projects, projects that can help to reach these goals, that can help to reach goal number 1, which is about poverty. We all live, you and me, we all live in developing countries in which poverty is a big issue. So let's make our students think about what they can do to reach these goals, to reach poverty, to reach zero poverty by the year 2030. We will be able to do it, I don't know. But if we try and if we all give a hand, for sure it will be much better. Let's try to work hard for goal number 2, which is zero hunger. A big problem in your country, I guess, and in my country as well, right? Let's try to work hard towards gender equality, another big issue. Let's try to work hard on goal number 4, which is the one that we all are connected with, which is education. The world needs us, and it needs us to take all this to our adolescents, because in just 9 years' time, when these goals have to be achieved, they will be in the workplaces. So they will be active people doing something for the world. And in this case, we start to get them connected with these issues much before. Now, it's the time to act now so that they can get connected with all these problems they will need to face in their future. You know these young people? Do you know Malala Yousafzai? Do you know Greta Thunberg? Do you know Emma Watson? They are young activists. They are young children. They are young adolescents who started at an earlier age. Malala started when she was 12. Greta also. Emma Watson when she was 16. But I mean, they are all activists. They are all fighting hard for a better world. So why not introduce our students to them and make them see that there are people who are already fighting for these issues, and there are people who have already done something for this and will continue doing something for this. So make them realize that wherever they are in the world, we are all part of this big solution, right? Malala is, from Pakistan, but now she's placed in England, and of course she's doing great things for all the world. Greta from Sweden, right, and Emma Watson from California, United States, Colorado, I think it is, from the United States. They are all fighting hard for big issues. So why not introduce our students to them and make them think that they can get together to united to humanity, and they can do something for our world as well. Humanity aligned by goals, transformed a better youth. Do not forget that. So we will include in these values into our in classrooms by including the 17 development goals: empathy, love, care, and many others, much more. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you, IIU University. Thank you, Ms. Karina. Thank you, co-founder as well. It's been a pleasure for me to be here. If you want to follow, I am at 21st Century Tools on Instagram with many more ideas on how to include our sustainable development goals into the classrooms. Thank you very much, Doctor. It's been a pleasure.
With wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, Marcela Villan. Yes.
Oh, please, thank you.
100%, and SDGs are very close. Definitely, we all actually been supporting under IIU with this one goal under 17, but 100%, where we all are together, definitely. So one to another one, and that's how we grow together. With this, moving further.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
With this, moving further, thank you so much, Ms. William. With this, moving further, yes, Al-Haji Cargo from Sierra Leone. A very, very warm welcome, dear. The stage is all yours. You need to unmute yourself. You need to unmute yourself. Yeah. Audible.
Yeah, thank you very much. Am I audible to everybody?
Loud and clear.
Am I audible?
Loud and clear, dear.
Okay, thank you very much. My co-speakers across the globe, I just want to thank and appreciate the management and team who make this possible to represent my country today, Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is one of the less privileged country, as perhaps I'm saying, in which we are suffering a lot of things across the globe, in which we don't have the access to free and gender education when we come to the education sectors, in which a lot of people are here in our country being a dropout because of some certain reasons in terms of educational facilities and good learning equipment materials is not affordable in our country. So as a matter of us, we need to look into a key sectors of that, in which if we bring and connect globally, we can be able to help our young generation to come so that they will have access to free and quality learning standards in our country. So I don't have much to say for today, but these are one of the key areas we want to look into, in which is very, very paramount and very, very true globally. Because if I be who I am today, it is because of the land I have learned. And we want to impact those learning in our younger people so that they will be what we are to be, and they will always be modern than us. So I just want to thank everybody here who make it possible to be part and parcel of this conversation today. Let us come as one people and work together and see how best we can be able to unite the world at large. Thank you very much, Michael. So I would like to share this little view to all members and listeners of this platform. I say thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, your voice wasn't very clear, but thank you for being a part of this conference today and sharing your ideas at the same time. Thank you so much. Once again. And our next speaker is from India, Ms. Padmanabhan. A very, very warm welcome, dear. The stage is all yours. Ms. Cynthia.
No, this is Mr. Padmanabhan, Dr. Prachi.
All right.
Yeah, am I audible? Am I
Loud.
audible?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Good evening from Padmanabhan from India. First of all, I thank IIU, Dr. Prachi, co-founder, and all those who are associated with this wonderful program. I have been listening to the speakers before, and also I have come to know about the objectives of this university and the real good motives to bring youth of the world together. 9 in 10 young population of the world lives in less developed countries. We do need a lot of good people to come together, work together, complementing each other, and not to compete to create a better world. I believe nobody here participating in this fantastic program will disagree with me if I say that no section in the society can match with the power, idealism, enthusiasm, energy, and the courage of the youth of the society. Youth being the prime force, youth could make social reforms. Youth can also be enablers of change. They can act as change agents. There are a lot of stories where the people in the youthhood have impacted, have left a great legacy for the mankind to follow. Everyone's life is to be lived with genuine richness. We come from a land where Swami Vivekananda, a young radical monk, contributed greatly to the philosophical thoughts of this nation. He has defined education as the manifestation of perfection contained in human beings. Vivekananda considers education to be the key enabler. Education will really enable the people to become self-aware. The one who is aware of himself, herself, the self-realization will move the person towards actualization. I am here to talk about the thoughts what youth need to have in order to contribute greatly to the betterment of the world. Since youth is considered to be the greatest force, they need to be guided appropriately by the community. So the youth will get their direction, will get their inputs from the society where they live, the ideology of the country, and the kind of education which is given to them. So when we talk about education to be given to the youth in the country where they live, the education must be all inclusive. It is not something which they can learn by heart. It can never be equated with the amount of information. We live in a world of technology. We live in the world of communication, where technology has developed, theories have become highly sophisticated. We can have anything, any comfort at reachable destination in a pleasing way. At this point, what kind of education is required? So in the introduction of this session, I have come to know that the Youth University, through their MOOC courses, great reach out is happening. They are able to give right education to the youth of the world. So the education which reaches the youth should be right. It should be more than curriculum, so that the youth can manifest their potential. Every seed in it has the potential to become a forest. Every rock has in it the potential to become a legend. And I'm sure every human has in him or her the potential to become a legend. It is possible only when the right education is given to them, and the environment in which the youth is found, the goals of the environment, the socio-political, economical goals, and other goals which are there in the environment where the youth is present, need to be clearly all-inclusive, and it should be clearly communicated to them. So, thought process, how the youth of the nation, of the world, is helped to think, will really help them to become real social reformers. They can contribute greatly to the betterment of the nation. They can come with their potential and they'll be contributing rich. They can share their best to the world in its need. Muhammad, the Prophet, had the call of Allah at 40. Jesus Christ led a life of the son of a carpenter and a shepherd. At 30, he became the author of the greatest revolutions of the world. An ordinary barrister, self-centered, leading a life of me, mine, myself, very much satisfied with the British ruling of his nation, transformed from an ordinary barrister to Mahatma Gandhi, when the realization happened. Ordinary class teacher, geography teacher, couldn't even believe that she would be able to become the headmistress of the institutions where she worked, opened missionaries of charity, and came to be known as Mother Teresa to the world. This is what the example of potential, unintentional revelation that happened and which left great impact to the world. It is possible, it is found in every human being, whether one is a globetrotter or a frog in the well. Life provides jeopardy and the jubilance equally in equal measure to them. It is how they consider, it is how they process, it is how they take it forward. So, my suggestion here is, wherever the youth is found, they have to be guided appropriately, correctly, properly, so that they realize the purpose of their life. They come to an understanding that there is a real meaning in their existence. They should not count their days. They have to make their days to count. So what we have to do? We have to make them understand that they have got great meaning and they can influence the world. They can leave a legacy behind for others to follow. So this is how we can make the youth to understand who they are and what they are. Every child learner who comes into the educational institution is special and unique for his or her mental and physical inheritance. It is up to the teachers and the society to write them, to guide them, to direct them. I would like to conclude my speech by giving this quote: what cannot be measured can never be monitored. That which cannot be monitored cannot be directed. And that which cannot be given direction can never be pushed in the path of progress. This is how we have to be the people, the society and all those who are in the process of educating the young minds should understand and give them the right education, because education is the key enabler, and education will really help a lot for the youth to understand what they are, and it will help them, it will provide that impetus, that nurture for their self actualization and realization. Then they'll become great contributors as social reformers to this, to their nation and to the world at large. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for all. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Mr. Padmanath. Now, yes, I understand, and everyone would. As you said, and picking from your words, the youth needs to be given direction, what, where, how they will learn and perform, and also the importance, definitely what they are here for on this earth. And yes, every individual is actually unique, and their uniqueness needs to be found and given directions towards what they are right for, where they are right for, and what they can actually become. Definitely, and I believe IIU is playing a very important role in every youth life, and I believe also that we are very much fortunate in a way we are giving directions to all our students out there. So thank you so much for giving your insights, sharing your ideas among the audience. Thank you so much. Well, moving further with this, I would like to invite my second speaker, yes, another speaker, next speaker of the day, Charlotte Agapong from Ghana. I'm so sorry if I've spelled your name wrong. He's an ambitious student pursuing consumer science, human sciences degree, eager to contribute, develop knowledge in marketing role, skilled in social media marketing and brand management in marketing settings, adaptable and driven with strong work ethic and ability to thrive in team-based or individually motivated settings. A very, very warm welcome, Charlotte. The stage is all yours.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. I would like to say thank you to our co-founders and our founders of IIU, executives and honorable speakers out here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Charlotte Ejapon, and I'm from Ghana, a West African country. So I would like to share my screen. Please, can you help me? I want to share my screen. Okay, thank you. Oh, I think I'm not, but then I will say anyway. So my topic is about youth development and then how the world will change when younger generation leads. So I would like to define youth here in Ghana, as in a persistent challenge here in Ghana is confronting the youth in the working sector to defining who they are. Some youth can't even define who they are and then what they are to the country. So the meaning of a youth and how society perceives youth is subject to variations of time, space, and societies. So functionally, youth is used to describe the transition period between social categories of childhood and adulthood, which is characterized by rituals and other physical changes by the individual. So however, there are other important perspectives of defining youth. So I went ahead to the acronym youth defines the meaning of youth. So the Y in youth stands for a young person who is active, vigorous, and vibrant in changing the society. And then the O in the youth is offerings, making contributions to the society in which they are. And the U is unique, the uniqueness of the individual, how the being of only one of its kind, anything else, not anything else, how uniquely such particular individual is. And then tangible, how tangible such individual is to the country and then helping. I believe that all youth are ready, aspire to help the country in which they are. Because I believe that someone planted, today we are enjoying a shade because someone planted a tree for us to enjoy. So what are we doing to our next generation? That's the age in the youth of Thank you. So there are some questions I want to ask. I usually ask you when I meet them. And then there's some questions which I want to share with you, but I need you to answer. If you want to answer, you can drop it in the comment section or the chat button. So some of the questions are, what are the important life goals for a young people? And then how do you think about and act on values related to citizenship, civic participation, and patriotism? The next question is, what are their educational goals beyond high school? So many don't know their educational yeah. Don't even want to work because their fathers or mothers.
We're losing your connection, Charlotte. We're unable to understand. Your voice is breaking.
Please, am I audible?
Yeah, now yes.
Oh my God. Please, can you hear me now?
Yeah, your voice. I believe we lost her due to connection issue. We'll be coming back to her. But yes, certainly, the youth is coming up with their own questions and we all are here to answer. So we'll be waiting for the other speakers to answer our youth questions. With this, I would like to invite my next speaker of the day, Mr. Chris Wigglesworth, a goal-oriented person dedicated to providing reasonable, timely, and plausible solutions to challenging problems. A very, very warm welcome, Chris. The stage is all yours. Chris? You need to start your camera, Chris. I think we are losing his connection as well. He dropped off. While coming back to him, let's have another speaker of the day. So another speaker of the day is Ms. Regina Perry Robertson from US. A very, very warm welcome, Ms. Regina. Can we have you here? No? Okay. All right. Our next speaker, so moving further, I believe we've lost few people here. But yeah. Meanwhile, let's have another speaker of the day. So Mr. Rajesh Kumar from India. Let's have him so that we can connect back to our other speakers. Oh, we've got another speaker of ours. You need to unmute yourself. Am I audible? All right. So moving further, well, you need to unmute yourself. I'm receiving your messages, but you need to unmute yourself to be on the screen. Your camera is also off. Well, we'll be coming back to you. Meanwhile, let's have our next speaker. So, yes, Mr. Yoshua Elibhati Kimaru from Tanzania.
Yes, we are here.
Audible. Yeah. audible? Yeah, we can see. A very, very warm welcome.
May I share screen with you?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can.
Is it available? Can it be seen?
Yeah, you can share the screen now.
Okay. First, let's start with our nation, Tanzania. The father of our nation is President Nyerere, and he was the first president in Tanzania. This is the commemoration of Nyerere Day, 14th October today. He says that all theft is bad, but the worst theft is stealing from your own unborn child. To destroy the environment is robbing unborn generations. Can cause better air to bring. You see, this beautiful forest can cause the better air to bring rain. With your ignorance and foolishness, you cut down trees. You are a thief. Worst thief is you. Let us plant trees, said Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, our father of our nation. My name is Yoshua Elbati Kimaro. I'm 16 years old and I study at Mawenzi Secondary School, Form 3. This school was established at 1954 and it was established by our fellow Indians. My favorite subjects are mathematics and science subjects. As I proceed, on the next slide, you can see pictures of youths planting trees. So, as you can see, there is picture of me behind the coffee plant, and
you need to share your screen. We are unable to see your screen.
Okay. Can you see me now?
We can see you, but we can't see your screen. There's a green button at the bottom where you can share the screen. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
we can see the screen.
Okay. As you can see, teenagers, they are planting trees in the same area where the trees were cut down, and some of the areas trees did not exist there. And the second picture, you can see me explaining how the coffee plant benefits to us, and behind me there is banana tree. Okay. In the Bible, Proverbs 22:6 says that, train up a child in a way he or she will go. Even he or she is old, he will not depart from it. First of all, humanity is the quality of being a human and being acceptable in the society by being kind and helpful. According to Sustainable Development Goals, humanity can transform the better youth and transform better generation of well-being without discrimination, stigmatization, and inequalities. The following are the things that we should do to transform better youth for better generation. As you can see in the pictures here, we have primary school students who were involved in this planting trees session in order for making better generation and better youth. They should understand where were they meant to be in this world, which duty did they given by God. Okay, these adults participate or cooperate with these children in order to plant trees so as to make the earth safe. As you proceed, the skills and knowledge of the youth must be relevant to the current economy, enable them to become innovators, thinkers, and problem solvers. This helps youth to overcome many challenges as they can increase their thinking ability in order to succeed and achieve their goals. Youth can change the world, but the world will not change if the youth are not able to exercise or to do the theory of what they are learning in school practically. This point is understandable as I go on in therefore, youth will be major solution in the climate change for future if we give them a good support. Example, for environment protection, we can talk to youth advantage of tree plantation, how to manage different types of soil waste, to get natural organic compost, biogas, and renewable energy. We can proceed here. Okay, as we can proceed, we can provide education to all gender without gender discrimination. The society in Africa believes that boys are more capable of getting education rather than girls. These beliefs must be demolished in order for girls to achieve their goals and also to participate in sustainable development goals. We can see here most the girls are involved in tree plantation. This can help them to increase their ability of thinking, can participate in many various activities. Here in Africa, girls were not given priority to study, and they were forced to do house activities. So by involving girls, we can develop them so as to join how to make the world safer and more developed. Helping youth who need special care or special treatment. Example, youth with disabilities, orphans, and other youth with these problems. Through helping these types of youth, we can repair them psychologically by believing they're still special and still valuable in the society. Also, by supporting them, we can find alternative ways to achieve their goals. Healthcare should be provided to protect youth from disease so as to build better generation. Youth should be given the priority to check their health status and get treatment as soon as possible in case they found to be with clinical abnormalities. By giving them this priority, we can build a better health youth. To support youth to achieve their dreams by giving them advice, counseling, and emphasizing them to stick to what they are good at. Most of youth have talents like sports, football, racing, board games like draughts, checkers, chess. These talents hinder them because they are struggling for another activities. Maybe they are forced to stay at home, do something. They are not free to express themselves. So if we express youth to release their talent, we should make the world to be revolution, to be fantastic, to cooperate with youth by solving their problems. Parents should try to listen and give opportunities to their children. Youth explaining themselves so as to know what problems they are facing. Parents should cooperate with their children by solving their problems to the children the way they desire. Okay, in the next picture, you can see these youth can be trained to conduct theories practically. Most of youth in Africa learn the theories, but not practically, learn in school. In the first picture, you can see it's a garden, and it is an automated irrigation system where it is a dripping irrigation system. A youth can just do this activity, can start a garden. So it is a simple way of conducting a garden. whenever you are, wherever you are, it is cheap. And as you can see, a youth can pour water in a bucket, a blue bucket. The water is supplied to each of the vegetables drop by drop. It is easy. So if you give a chance of youth, maybe capital, supporting him, sponsorship, this may help to increase income of the youth. In the second picture, this is our home, and here is what I've been doing, and now it's well developed, but since it was germinating, here's the photo of it. And here is the house of rabbit keeping. We also keep hybrid rabbits. They really increase income. We proceed here. Pictures talk more than nouns. I can see my father participate with me, but I can see he invested the small industry which manufactures organic compost, a solid waste which came from agriculture, as you can see in the first picture. And the second one is the product of organic compost, which is used to fertilize coffee and boost the coffee to grow well and grow fantastic flowers, as you can see here. But these flowers are pollinated by bees. So these flowers, seed, the nectar and pollen grains are transmitted to other coffee plants, which can make them to be reproductive. The bees, availability of bees in an area of this coffee depends on the bee hives, as you can see in the next picture. We also built hives for bees in order to pollinate closer areas for the coffee plant. This helps to increase the rate of productivity of coffee from various areas. And this in this picture next, it is very, I think this is the picture where coffee fruits are produced. You can see me in the picture explaining how coffee fruits are produced. And this is the final product of the coffee in a coffee plant. And here, it is very beneficial for the bees to live in this area because we harvest the honey from bees and also collect pollen grains from the bees, and it is very beneficial because the nutrients of the flower are being sucked by bees to make honey, and the final products are honey and organic coffee. So this one is resulted from organic compost, organic coffee, and honey. My father wants to proceed, so I'll give the screen to him.
Namaste. I'm Elibert Kimaro, father of Joshua. I proceed. To make youth to be successful, first, teamwork. Make youth as a teamwork. Integrate. I make youth with very honest, a good leader. G, creativity. Make youth to be the quality person. E, effort. Make youth to do something new, fantastic. R, respect. Make youth to respect adults, which will make them to achieve their goals. So, we conclude, we can transform better youth to providing education, giving special care for those who are disabled, and to cooperate with them with their different problems. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. Certainly. Yes. For enhancing, supporting, giving directions, and a lot of work that you guys are doing. 100%. Not only from one end, it's part of teamwork. And that's what, where IIU is also helping everyone under the council. So why not a big round of applause for the team tomorrow. Thank you so much for being part of this conference today. So I would request you if you can unshare your screen. Yeah. With this, moving further, I would like to invite my next speaker of the day, Erminia Oprecan from Romania. A very, very warm welcome, dear. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. For a start, I would like to greet all the distinguished participants, host, speaker, moderators. I'm honored to be here with you. Wonderful speeches. Thank you, Corina, for the invitation. I'm proud of everything you do. Greetings, Nada. Thank you, IIU-IYDC. Do wonderful things for everything it's mean education, future youth. Today, we're talking about responsibility and commitment in the context of the expectation we have from future generation. We imagine that they will have at hand everything we did not have: technology, access to information, easy access to any corner of the world. They will be the one who will turn off world into something better. The element that unites us is education. Those who will determine the future are those who do today learn in our present, where clearly each of us can act. The progress of the next generation, which has its roots in education and become a responsibility of ours, yours. We need to educate a future generation that knows its own rights, that has the skills to claim those rights, and to have the skills to stand up for its rights and the rights of others. When I say young, I think of the future. I'm sure that also you honored participants. We will need in the future people capable of thinking, analyzing, creating, independent and confident. We'll need strong characters. Today's youth represent the future of the nation. The coronavirus pandemic has introduced other reasons that affect the lives of young people, which are also emotional in nature. Some of them become much more anxious than before. Some sectors of activity are closing, which make it difficult for young people to take a first step on the career. Job opportunities become reduced. Let's trust them, help them, find self-esteem. Let's try to explain this to them. You may not be perfect, but some parts of you are great. In life, at school, outside of school, they face different situations. Some of them are difficult and complex, and they may feel that they cannot solve them problem because they are not prepared enough. However, they need to know that indeed they will be able to cope, they can solve, they can change the situation. Of course, no one is perfect. We all have our weaknesses, but the amazing thing about weaknesses is that we can turn them into strength. Let us be their mentor. Let us light their way. Let them follow their passion, not repress them. One day, my little girl asked me, why does everyone ask me this question? What do I want to do when I grow up? Suddenly I realized that we restrict their dreams. We restrict the opinions of young people in development. We want to induce the idea that they could have only one job. We restrict their dreams. Maybe my child, maybe your child, the future young of tomorrow, we will to get involved in reducing pollution, stopping discrimination, maybe stop wars. We have to let them think creatively to develop a future leaders, a generation that will have something to say. Let's not forget to install in them a love for true values, to be honest, to be patient, to be tolerant, to be brave, to be generous, to be fair, to work in a team, to love people, nature. I will end my speech with a quote that I love by Henry Wadsworth. The future is the sum of the steps you take, including the little ones ignored or ridiculed. Be the light for today's young people, tomorrow's young people. Give them wings, help them fly. They don't have to be like me or like you. They have to be themselves, to follow the path of the soul, the true values. Give them wings, and if you can't, help them to create them. Let's help them to follow their passion, not to repress them. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much, dear, for sharing your wonderful ideas. Well, certainly, yes. As you said, every individual is unique and we need to push them. And that's what, again, I would say IIU is playing an important role, 100%. So thank you so much, Armina from Romania. Now, with this, I personally would like to share our one and only International Internship University Youth Development Council, a short video where you all can understand what, how, where we plays an important role in individuals' life.
IIU Youth Development Program focuses on developing young minds and making their one-time opportunity a lifetime achievement. We want to create a modernized cultural environment of social education and welfare so that our growing youngsters will understand the value of roots. We always hear that youth is confused and misguided. They are confused and miserable because no one guided them. We are motivating and guiding the youth of India to be aware of the truth and to take action against falsehood. Youth are the future of the world, so youth development is directly related to the development and progress of the world. Peeyush Pandit. With the vision to improve the lives of children and adolescents by meeting their basic physical, developmental, and social needs, and by helping them to build the competencies needed to become successful adults. The founder of IIU, Peeyush Pandit, decided to form IIU International Youth Development Council. Peeyush Pandit at IIU International Youth Development Council endeavors to bridge the gap between global and local in each part of the world. He, with his strong teamwork towards the development of youth across the globe, exercising resources to engage youths all over the globe to learn, share, and grow. Peeyush Pandit has strongly believed that childhood is a unique and crucial stage of human development. IIU International Youth Development Council is always looking for young and enthusiastic minds who want to get involved with us and participate. IIU International Youth Development Council constantly appoints executive committee members, officers, and members for our various activities, whether it's short-term or long-term. Peeyush Pandit is very confident that volunteering is and should be part of our lives as citizens. However, internship opportunities along with education can be a great way to gain much-needed experience for the youths of the world. Peeyush Pandit, the founder of IIU, made internship opportunities easily available to all the youth of the globe through International Internship University. Peeyush Pandit has developed various programs and services for youth from the underprivileged sections of the society who are poor, orphaned, delinquent, or mentally ill. Focused heavily on helping them avoid their natural inclination toward vice and sought to help them gain useful occupation. Focusing on developing the strength of the youths of the world. Rather than trying to keep teens from engaging in risky behaviors, youth development programs focus on helping them grow into happy, healthy adults. The values will be imbibed in each member of the IIU International Youth Development Council for their progress and growth, which will ultimately lead to success. Youth development builds on 6 C's which help to prepare youths for success in every endeavor. IIU works hard to have a positive view of one's actions in areas like social, academic, cognitive, health and vocation, interpersonal skills such as conflict resolution, cognitive abilities such as decision-making, performance in terms of grades, behavior, and attendance. Nutrition, fitness, and rest make up health competency, are important factors that affect the development of the youth, which in turn affects vocational competence such as work habits and career exploration. Our objectives are as follows: to initiate, implement, and complete projects and activities which will be of help to the youth and the community. To develop and provide opportunities for leadership and service. To encourage the personal growth of leaders through participation in district, state, and national meetings and organizations. To promote respect for law and order and the general welfare of community. To promote an awareness of human relations, of power structures, and how one effectively operates within them. These objectives are realistically approached through increasing avenues of cooperation among the youths. To develop youth's potential and encourage to make a well-informed, honest, interested, and active citizenship. To develop not only leadership abilities within the youth of today, but also leadership for the community, state, and nation of tomorrow. Youth Development Council foresees a world where all young people are inspired and equipped to realize the future they want. IIU has the vision that youths of the globe should have safe, healthy, and stable places to live, learn, and work. Opportunities to access high-quality, affordable health care. Opportunities to acquire education, training, life skills development, and to succeed in jobs, careers, self-sufficiency, and adulthood. Special bonding with family, peers, school, supportive adults, and community. Well-trained, knowledgeable in the field, competent, compassionate, and culturally responsive connection with other organizations, recognition of their community for their strengths, and provided multiple opportunities for civic engagement, service, and leadership, thrives throughout all phases of their development, including early and middle childhood, adolescence, and young adulthood. Our mission is as follows. IIU, Youth Development Council helps youths all over the globe to improve their lives through an educational process that applies knowledge to critical issues, needs, and opportunities of education and employment. IIU Youth Development Council connects youths with opportunities to transform their lives. IIU is committed to a complete makeover of the youths of the globe with the help of counseling programs and training sessions on leadership, legal education, lifelong education, entrepreneurship, health and hygiene, public interactions, soft skills, wellness and rejuvenation, languages, culture, visual and performing arts, parenting and multitasking productively are undertaken with enthusiasm. IIU strongly believes that youth of IIU-IYDC should meet their counterparts across the globe to broaden their horizons of knowledge, understand cultural perspectives, and assimilate the best practices to incorporate in their lives, thereby enhancing the flavor of living a life of dynamism, power, and economic fulfillment to leave a mark and legacy for posterity. He feels that the confidence of youths all over the globe should be boosted and an unstoppable spirit should prevail.
Isn't it great? Isn't something unique, different, and something that's what we have been talking about since long? Since we've been listening different ideas, new things from each one. And that's what actually concluded by IYDC here. So a very happy evening, morning, and again, well, the time changes to every individual, every single area, but then for youth, yes, definitely, one and only. So with this, I would like to move further and invite our next speaker of the day. Our next speaker is Suraya Banu. She's an assistant professor, computer science, Bhilai Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Bhilai Nagar, from India. A very, very warm welcome, dear. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, one and all. Today's topic is humanity aligned by goals transform a better youth. In the words of Dalai Lama, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Word belongs to humanity, not this leader, or that king, or prince, or religious leader. Word belongs to humanity. The 5 P's of Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals take into account for the first time all 3 dimensions of sustainability: social, environmental, economic. Equally, the UN speaks of the 5 P's: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. The role of the youth in achieving sustainable development goals: they play a significant role in implementation, monitoring, and review of the agenda, as well as in holding governments accountable. With political commitment and adequate resources, young people have the potential to make the most effective transformation of the world into a better place for all. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, we must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If it drops of the water, ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. Now I want to focus on the role of youth participation for sustainability. Young people can play an active role in protecting and improving the environment. They can change their lifestyle and how it affects the environment. The SGP privileges the participation of children and young people as the barriers of future commitments and efforts for the global environment and sustainable development. In the words of Nelson Mandela, to deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. The role of student in sustainable development. Students usually play a vital role as initiators, drivers, and contributors of the sustainability processes. But the institutionalization of this engagement is useful through structures that assign responsibilities and provide resources as funds. In the words of Martin Luther King, an individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concern of the humanity. Then the question arises, how can achieve the sustainable development goals? The United Nations ratified the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. They sound surprisingly simple and an obvious no-brainer that everybody should support. President Barack Obama gave an inspiring speech in support of global goals. We commit ourselves as nation, as one word, to urgent work that must be done, to standing with families, to ending the injustice of extreme poverty, to upholding the inherent dignity of every human being. Whatever it takes, we can't let them down, and your help we want. So no matter where we are, what we do, or what we have, here are some simple things I can do to help the world achieve the sustainable goals. One, free of poverty, income, inequalities, and injustices. Get informed about the global goals. Educate your friends, colleagues, and families on the global goal. Explore the realities of the global goals and what they mean for your community and country. Give your time and skills, give your money, simplify and live within your means. Get your company to take action. In the words of Tony Robbins, setting goal is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. How can we achieve the sustainable development goals for and with children? In 2015, world leaders agreed to 17 sustainable development goals for a safer, cleaner, and more prosperous world by 2030. Now it's up to all of us to join forces to address the most pressing global challenges and turn goals into action. To accelerate progress towards the SDGs for every child, UNICEF embraces the 3A's approach: raising awareness, taking action, and holding decision makers accountable for progress. Number one is awareness. With the right tools and information, children and young people can play a critical role in the implementation and monitoring of the SDGs, sparking action in their communities and holding leaders to the account. This is why UNICEF works to raise awareness of children's rights, educating and engaging young people on why the goals matter to their everyday lives. Second one is action. With millions of children and young people becoming aware of the goals, more and more are taking action across the globe. We commit to acting to, from health to education to child protection. UNICEF work is guided by the SDGs. We support governments to act for and with children as they plan, budget and implement programs and policies. Often our support takes the form of providing technical knowledge, assessing data availability and gaps, stabilizing SDGs baselines and facilitating consultations with children and youth. Annually, UNICEF also develop key asks for governments to take into consideration as they carry forward by SDGs. Number three is accountability. Global leaders must be held to account on commitments made. At UNICEF, we have to this in two ways. Number one, by collecting, analyzing and sharing data on children to monitor progress. And number two, by bringing children's perspectives on the SDGs to design makers to promote accountability. In the word of Napoleon Hill, do not wait, the time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. And the better tools will be found as you go along. I conclude the benefits of sustainable development. It helps in the sustainable management of means and resources. It helps to ensure a bright future for the future generation. It focuses on the environment conservation. It helps in the acquisition, mobilization and conservation of means and resources. It pays attention in justifiable distribution of means and resources. It checks the trend of excessive use of resources. It helps to achieve higher and wider economic growth. It gives priority to use and promotion of resources that can be recycled, reused, and renewed. Sustainability maintains the health and biocapacity of the environment. It supports and the well-being of individuals and communities. It promotes a better economy where there is a little waste and pollution, fewer emissions, more jobs, and a better distribution of wealth. At last, I want to share a golden line said by Earl Nightingale: success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. And in the words of Winston Churchill, he said, success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. This is from my side. Thank you. Thanks a lot for listening patiently. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Suraya Banu, sharing your ideas, and which is too wonderful. And as you said, certainly look upon the resources when it comes to youth development and sustainability all around so that they all can grow, and obviously looking forward for all 17 sustainable goals, looking from the resources to move further and shine and resolve all the issues where it comes from. With this, moving further to our next speaker, Ms. Ernestina Ekwa Asare from Ghana. The stage is all yours, dear. Ms. Asare?
Thank you very much, honorable moderators, and the opportunity given to me. Thank you, IIU Peeyush Pandit, co-founder programs. I'm Ernestina Ekiasari, a student of University of Ghana, and I'm happy to join you all to speak on the topic humanity aligned by goals, transform a better youth. As we have heard so much about the youth from various speakers, I would like to say a little about the challenges that is being faced coupled with Ghanaians and African as a whole. And one of the major challenges is unemployment. We know that for one to be able to be well employed in a society or a company, there needs to be education. You need to have knowledge, skills, and the requisite knowledge of what you like to do. So the educational system, coupled with lack of employment opportunities, that the educational curriculum prepares the youth for after graduating is a very burdensome and challenge to Ghanaian as a whole. So we can say that most of the various educational things that are being taught in school are slightly different from what is being channeled at the various workplaces. And this makes it very difficult for the youth or the individual to be very engaged at the workplace after graduating from the university or secondary levels of cycles. So for the youth to consider a greater part So for the youth to constitute a greater part of the population in the country, these young people live in a rapidly changing world focused with many pressures. So the lack of development of one mind. To be able to fit in the society, you need to develop one's mind. Young people on the whole experience discreting irritation, perplexities, and adjustment problems as a result of rapid social change. There is an increase in social biases among the youth, leading to appealing incidences. I believe in order for such social biases and corrupt acts to be curbed, one mind must be developed. One needs to know what it's capable of doing to be able to face in the society, as every point in time, life changes, the economic changes, and various activities changes. For one to be able to face in the society, the mind needs to be developed. The social economic conditions that block the progress of the youth, specifically those living in the rural areas, are one, early marriages. Early marriage complicates matters of the youth. Most of the youth in the rural areas are being forced to engage in early marriages. This prevents their abilities and their decision to be a better youth. They are being hung upon. Ignorance, illiteracy, and insufficient knowledge about plan and parenting have resulted in increased early childbearing. For the youth to be able to lead the future generation, they need to be taught about how to handle things. But here is the case, they are being forced to do anything that are not well prepared to come home about. So as I continue, there are various challenges the youth are facing. One is the lack of proper educational system, training. Those that are able to enter into the enterprise, the entrepreneurship, are also faced with lack of funds to be able to enter into. It's expected to focus on the training and even come up with a requisite capital to set up a business. These are very serious challenges most of the youth face. One, they are unable to go enter into higher education to upgrade themselves. Two, there's no funds for them to be able to enter into entrepreneurship to train themselves to be able to become what they needed to feed on. These are very serious challenges the youth face. And so there's also about negative stereotyping. People, once they start something, they give a lot of negativity comes to mind. People, they are like, hey, how would you be able to do this? So they can't come up rightly to do what is expected of them. Poverty is killing the youth. And as such, a lot of people engage in various drugs and bad habits that is make youth not be able to do what is expected of them. So the little solutions that would be needed for these challenges to come on is government, CLOs, CS, NGOs, youth organizers to engage the youth in profitable activities such as educational program, vocational and entrepreneurial skill training to make them self-reliant. As we all know, the rich must always come to support the poor. So there should be various organizations and NGOs that will set up this program to support the youth. Also, there should be a development of oneself, who one is and how one contributes to the betterment of the youth. Due to this all various challenges one faces, you can't rely on one person or government or institution. You as an individual needs to set up your mind stable and to be able to tell what you are expecting, who you are, your goals, your aspiration, to focus on life, because life is very, very, very challenging. You can't focus on oneself, and if not, at the end of the day, you find yourself wanting. So this is the few points I jotted down. Most of the speakers have highlighted the various points, but these are the few things I would like to chant on as humanity aligned by goals to transform a better youth. Thank you so much, moderators, various delegates and of IIU, IYU, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dea, for your wonderful views. And yes, as you said, but certainly youth can be the leaders of tomorrow if we procrastinate. And no power like, the power of youth, because the power of youth don't stop at all. And if you must dream of the world you want to live in, dream out loud. Youth are the solution, not the problem, certainly. And the problems, what we actually focus upon, we think of, like you've been sharing. So success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. And certainly that's where IIU is actually playing, again, a very important role in every individual youth's life, where the world has become a much smaller place. Everywhere, anytime, we all can study. The one problem has been resolved very easily by the one and only, yes, International Internship University. With this, I would like to invite our next speaker of the day, Ms. Fatima Sogra. She is recognized as a professional, particularly known for his keen insight, unusual creativity, systematic organization skills, and steadfast commitments to integrity, transparency, and much more. A very, very warm welcome. The other stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Firstly, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Peeyush Pandit sir, Corina Susdiva ma'am, Steven sir, Dr. Satnam ma'am, Mona ma'am, and Prachi ma'am. I would like to share my views about today's topic. The world today is home to the largest generation of young people in history. 1.8 billion, close to 90% of them live in a developing countries where they constitute a large proportion of population connected to each other like never before. Young people want to and already contribute to the resilience of their communities, proposing innovative solutions, driving social progress, and inspiring political changes in urban as well as rural context. Young people constitute a tremendous and essential asset worth investing in, offering, opening door to an unparalleled multiplier effect. At the same time, young people are also facing incredible challenges and even life-threatening risk, disproportionality of the women carried by girls and young women in many parts of the world. These are the reality of the today's world. This arises when accessing their rights, including to quality education, healthcare, or decent work, they also arise in a situation of conflict. I would like to also touch today's topic with today's reality. Money, fame, success, they decided by two factors. Yes, ability to work hard, mindset, and believe that before getting out into the real world, you have to go to on improving every last bit of work, on improving every day of your mindset. And in many views, in my views, and so many people are thinking like that, youth lessons are like whenever you are doing just some things I am felting, I have felt have helped me more than anything in life. In many times you are facing situation like people who make fun of you, people who doubt you, people who break your heart are the same people who will help you grow in your life. Sometimes, did someone make fun of your weight? Use it as a motivation in your life. Do not get nervous. Did someone tell you that you won't do well in life? Use it as a fuel. Your future is only in your hands. Yes, you can do it. If you fail, if you feel like that you are an inferior, now that's okay. Life is constant self-improvement process, so you can choose to sit and feel bad about people and feel bad about your situation, or you can choose to grow in life, every aspect of life, and also become a best version of yourself. Your flaws are actually much smaller than you think. Many times in your life, you are looking different, acne, body fat, some disabilities. It means that truth of life is that nobody is perfect in their life. And the truth of life is that you just pay attention on your flaws more than anyone else notice on about you. Things that you can't change yourself, and things that you can change yourself. For the things that you can never change yourself, like your eyes, your ears, your nose, your hair color, these are the things you can't change. You just start to love these things. They make you that who are you. Youth has no age. The young do not know enough to be prudent, and therefore they attempt the impossible and achieve it. It is a generation after generation. Youth is not a question of years. One is young, old from birth, or starting from birth. Every person have two sides of in their life and two aspects of their life. Young people willing to push super hard to make something happen in their life are among the most powerful forces in the world. Thank you, the whole team of IIU. Thank you giving me such opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dia, for sharing your ideas. Wonderful, actually, and a very different one. But when it comes to challenges, I understand, and everyone understands, it's a part of everyone's journey. Challenges are what actually make the life very interesting, and overcoming them is what makes the life meaningful, isn't it? And that's what, definitely, for all of us. And when you face difficult times, know that challenges are not sent to destroy you. They are sent to promote, increase, and actually 100% to strengthen you. And that's what we need to accept it and move further and face it with the royalty. And that's how you come up with new yourself. So with that, we all need to love ourselves like the way we love others 100%. Now, moving further with our next speaker of the day, yes, from Algeria, Hossein Fendua from Algeria. The stage is all yours, dear. Mr. Hossein? He lost the connection. So, while joining him back, I would like to invite our second speaker of the day, Mr. Rajendra Prasad. Mr. Prasad is an illustrious educationist, well known for his innovation in the field of education, sheer strength of character, discipline, strength of mind, willingness to strive for education, enthusiastic nature defines him more evidently. fearlessness, happiness of the students, updating the school curriculum, respect to the teachers, and staunch independence for the hallmarks of his character. He is a resolute believer of the thought that there is a bright child in every child. A very, very warm welcome with your thought process. We would like to hear you. The stage is all yours, dear.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Prachi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear.
Right. I am grateful and thankful to the IIU, specifically Dr. Peeyush Pandit, Corina, and everyone of the IIU team, and also Dr. Prachi, the moderator of the day. It's a very interesting topic for the entire world, that is the humanity aligned by the goals, transformed a better youth. As many speakers have been telling in the last 2 hours, that the world is having almost 1.8 to 1.9% of the youth across. So youth is the icon of the world. But let me focus the topic in 3 areas. One is the humanity, the goals, and third one is the transformed youth. Humanity can be addressed in 3 areas. If you look at the dictionaries, etc., humanity has 3 areas. One is as a species, as a behavior, and as a global identity, that is humanity. But it is a very multifaceted concept across the world. Humanity, the definition, humanity in action are entirely different. We read a lot of philosophical notes across the world in books or in the textbooks about humanity. But when it comes to the youth and humanity, generally, it has to be cultured from the house or the home, and also the school, the society. Thereby, the humanity comes into the hands of the youth. Though it is a very multifaceted concept, as the human being or the Homo sapiens, from where the humanity has come into the picture. All of us know very well humanity in action everywhere in the world. Red Cross, I think everybody recognizes immediately. Humanity in action means directly everybody remembers the Red Cross, the symbol across the world. They have only one tagline, that is, they protect life and health. They respect the human beings across the world, whether it is in violence or in war or anywhere, in the floods, wherever they are. They look at only these 3 areas. One is protecting the life, the health, and also respecting the human being. There is no rich or poor in the humanity when there is an action by Red Cross. The global identity, it has different meanings across the world. The global identity of humanity is divided in 2, or transcends into, like culture, the nation, the class, or the race, the political opinion, and also the religion. This divides the human identity or global identity, or you can call it as meta identity also, as humanity comes into the picture. And all of us know the youth, as it is a very young, energetic, and dynamic force across the world. They aspire to build a brighter future, but the world is at crossroads. There are developing countries, developed countries, underdeveloped countries. All these are not having the same kind of opportunities for youth. There is a divide the world. There is opportunity divide across the world. The young have skills, is to be successful, and there other group which is not having these, that is access, opportunity for all these things. You grow faster, you become part of the national economy, the country economy. If it is the opposite side, we don't know where the youth is really going in. whether it is positively or negatively. So closing this divide, that is the opportunity divide across the world for the youth, is the utmost significant for all who can help and guide them. If not, that may lead to violence or terrorism or any unexpected things. If we are supporting them, if we are bridging this gap, it will help in the global peace, global economy, and everybody will be having a better life. Coming to the goals, as all of us know, and many speakers have mentioned about the Sustainable Development Goals. Unless and until these goals are connected with the youth, they will not be change agents. If the goals are not connecting with the youth, they will never guide or support or take the problems into solutions. We have 17 interlinked Sustainable Development Goals, which are mentioned in 2015 by United Nations. It is a blueprint for all of us to achieve better and also more sustainable and also a better life for all the youth and also youth dependent families across the world. Third part is the transformed youth. How the youth can be transformed. As I mentioned earlier, they should have the access to education and global education. The skills should be also available to them. They should be trained, upskilling should be there. And also there should be opportunity for each and everyone. When any of these are missing, access to the education, quality education, or the skills or upskilling and the opportunity, there will be advice by the youth for any country across the world. We know very well about the 21st century skills. All of us know, apart from that, many skills are there. The critical thinking, collaboration, creativity, communication, and also the youth should be given the right education at the right time. Upskilling should be given to them. Employment should be given at the right age. Apart from the employment, we should also provide the entrepreneurial skills, entrepreneurial mindset, those who can make their own employment through the small business or small company and so on. They can employ the people and engaging the skills to the society where they live consistently and conveniently for all. Where these skills are not learnt, not engaged, not contributed, there the unrest starts. I repeat, where these essential skills are not learnt, not upskilled, not engaged, not contributed by the youth, there you will find the unrest and violence and so on. There are n number of problems across the world, and also there are problems with the youth also. All of us know the youth is suffering because of the poverty, religious conflict or wars, political polarizations, government accountability, is unaccountability. There the youth will suffer a lot. Quality education, if it is, they will suffer. Food, water, diverted, and the world these days we can find in the youth also the obesity, physical fitness. If it is lacking, they are misguided. A missile, if it is misguided, it will ruin the society. The youth is also like a missile. The youth can only solve the future problems. As all of you know, the global problems are the climate change, the pollution across the world, the violence or the terrorism, whether it is in different countries or the continents, and solving the problems of the common man, that is health, food and water, quality education for all, unemployment, and also in most of the countries, that is drugs are also very, very dangerous for all. Thereby, all of us, particularly each and every home and also the school, the society should guide the youth. If we are misguiding them, they will create unrest, they will lead to terrorism. I think all of us know wherever or where there is more literacy and employment, there is more peace and lesser violence. If you reverse it, where there is lesser literacy, less unemployment, there is more violence and more unrest across those countries. Where there is quality education, you can find the skills for the youth. Where there are essential skills given to the youth, you can find the quality economy. And where there is quality economy, you can find more employment. And where there is more employment, you can find the better life for families, for youth. And where there is better life in any country, in any city, you can find the global peace. So for the global peace, the youth is responsible either way, positive or negative. Our responsibility lies in giving the opportunity for them, access to the quality education, access to the right skills at right time. Thereby, they will be the right missiles for development in any country, in any continent. With this note, I conclude my topic, that is on the aligned goals with the youth of the world. Thank you very much, Dr. Prachi.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your wonderful ideas, 100%, and which add value. And that's what we are here for, to learn together, to grow together. The foundation of every state is the education of youth, very well said by someone. And that's what you included and focusing more upon. So literacy is something which is really, really very important. And most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. And that's where youth actually plays an important role in everyone, everywhere. With this, moving further, I would request everyone and each one, if I have missed any speaker who has joined later, please, they can ping me via the chat box and would be inviting straight here. With this, I would like to invite our second speaker, yes, Mr. Sifu Taiwo from Nigeria. Sir, the stage is all yours. We would like to hear your views on today's topic. Mr. Sifu? I believe he left out for some reason. All right. I hope we haven't missed any speaker from today's session. Also, I'm sharing the application form, the feedback form, or the participant form here in the chat box. So would request you all to fill that, please, so that you all can get your certificates of participation. And before that, before we conclude and invite, I would be introducing a very important person and the backbone of this organization, including our trustee, 100%, Ms. Roshni Lal, who's been guiding us, enlightening us, and giving us, all of us, the directions to move, to shine, to grow, and to outshine, to learn on this platform when we talk about the International Internship University. And before that, I would like to introduce to the one person we all have been waiting for, thinking of, and thinking about. So there is always that one person who has the vision, the thought, the idea behind successful venture and organization. And if we talk about demand behind the success of International Internship University, is none other than our beloved co-founder of International Internship University, Mr. Peeyush Pandit, a committed and inspiring social activist, passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds, posing excellent administrative, verbal communication, and written skills. He is a next-gen speaker too, and a passionate writer as well. A versatile personality, yes, Dr. Pandit is the founder of Swan Bharat Parivar and the chairperson to Peeyush Group. Yes, the visionary, Mr. Peeyush Pandit, had just one dream: no child should be left behind or deprived of education. He concocts the world's first virtual university during this pandemic the International Internship University, where we all are interacting here today. The words are not enough for his dedication and hard work. So Mr. Pandit, the multi-talented and devoted personality, has received plethora of awards, recognitions, and honors in acknowledgement of his contributions to social work, education, entrepreneurship, and so on. So, more insight, more detail about him, I would request you to hear out to see from your own eyes through video. And here you are.
Peeyush Pandit was born on 27th July 1987 in Pratapgarh, Uttar Pradesh, in a middle-class family. Peeyush Pandit is the name who is recognized by his multiple work shows, an international social activist, award-winning social worker, serial and founder of SBB Global. He has determined his destiny by having trust in him and Almighty God. Peeyush Pandit is a diligent and passionate social worker committed to serve the humanity. Peeyush Pandit has played a crucial role in crafting a team of volunteers and achieved global recognition as head of Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust, which span across 50 countries. He granted several live interviews and press conferences on rural development, access to justice, and the right to equality. Peeyush is youth leader with extensive social work experience, political activism, and stellar entrepreneurial achievements. When you think of social work and changing the world by improving human experiences, Peeyush Pandit comes to mind. He is proactively mentoring other social activists to encourage social activism and entrepreneurship around the world. He is working fiercely towards achieving United Nations sustainable goals in India and over the globe. Under the flawless leadership of Peeyush Pandit, Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust was established. The organization strives to place the humanity at forefront and bringing back the human bond which has lost due to busy modern life. They are fighting to ensure ending poverty, unemployment, and making society better for all. Rural India has been a focal point of Peeyush, which gave birth to Help India Health Foundation. The social work continues and the e-village was established in 2012 to reinforce India's roots in villages and villagers. At the crux of Peeyush's work is the youth. He believes that youth empowerment is closely aligned with social service. Peeyush is the CEO of Peeyush Group. The organization covers several industries, including renewable energy, logistics, real estate, and so on. Peeyush Pandit has succeeded in scaling the growth of these organizations, and his work has taken them to the multinational level. Peeyush is able to form and sustain positive relationship with people. He has received a plethora of awards and recognitions in 2018 with India's Great Leader Award, India Star Book of Records in 2019, GTF World Summit Bangkok 2019, Volunteer Hero, Awadh Samman Samaro, Blood Donation Award, Environmental Sentinel Award, Yuva Gaurav Samman, and Literature Confluence Award. Peeyush Pandit believes in the philosophy of growing together. His slogan is, "Let's grow together and create tomorrow's entrepreneur." He has the vision to create a society that is based on freedom, equality, solidarity, diversity, and fairness.
And let's interact with this great personality onto the same platform. So I would like to invite Peeyush sir to say a few words. Mr. Pandit?
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me. Dear friends, I'm audible or not?
Yes, you are, loud and clear.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to witness the 5 days of the historic conference by the International Youth Development Council of IIU. With 100 speakers and moderators from 50 countries and participants from all over the globe. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can certainly build our youth for the future. As rightly said by the Franklin Roosevelt, youth is not defined by age or time, it is defined by your social energy and mature mind. IIU International Youth Development Council is always looking for a young and enthusiastic mind who wants to get involved with us and participate. IIU International Youth Development Council is very keen on appointing executive committee members, officers, and members for our various activities. Volunteering is and should be part of our lives as citizens. However, internship opportunities along with education can be a great way to gain much needed experience for the youth of the world. IIU-IYDC provides opportunities to young people to build competency, the young generation learners about career by gaining exposure to different job possibilities. The main objective of IIU-IYDC is to allow a young person to shadow at his work and introduce him to various career opportunities. Through our various programs, we not only train the youth for the personality development and career enhancement, but also to be a good human being and their responsibilities towards society. A complete makeover of the youth of the globe with the help of counseling program and training sessions on leadership, legal education, lifelong educations, entrepreneurship, health, hygiene, public interaction, soft skills, wellness, and rejuvenation, language, culture, visual, platforming arts, parenting, and multitasking productivity are undertaken with the enthusiasm by IIU-IYDC. Youth of IIU-IYDC should meet their counterparts across the globe to broaden their horizon of knowledge, understand culture, perspective, and assimilate the best practice to incorporate in their lives, thereby enhancing the flavor of living a life, dynamism, power, and economic fulfillment to leave a mark and legacy of prosperity. The confidence of youth all over the globe should be boosted and unstoppable spirit should prevail. IIU-IYDC believes in creating leaders of the tomorrow. My sincere gratitude to our inspiration, Shri Dandi Swami Ji Maharaj Ji and Trustee Roshni Lal Ma'am Ji for their blessing and guidance. Ms. Corina, the program organizer, the director of this event of the 5 days conference of IIU, words are not sufficient to appreciate you. Excellent coordination and very well organized program. Thank you, Dr. Kalyani. Thank you, Ms. Nada. Thank you, Dr. Prachi, and a lot of people who's behind of the camera and all IIU team. Dr. Snigdha is well writing skills and you are doing great also. I thank all the co-founders of IIU like Dr. Satnam, Mr. Steven, Ms. Mona Angia, the President Council and the Board of Directors for always being very supportive. I invite you all to be a part of IIU-IYDC to connect youth with opportunities to transform their lives. Best wishes on the festive occasion of Navaratri. May you be blessed with good health, prosperity, success, peace, and happiness. Thank you so much for joining IIU.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing and giving all of us this wonderful opportunity to be a part of this beautiful organization and connect to the entire world all together. And thanks to IIU, one and only, obviously, the one can't grow, and that's what we have seen. So behind this great personality, there's another backbone to him, and that's what a mother. So Mother Roshni Lal, Ma Roshni Lal to Peeyush sir, yes, she is the trustee of this organization and guiding light to each one of us. She says, or as per, before she moves on, she would like to honor of introducing her opportunities, her directions, her motivation to all of us. And that's what I really want to focus upon. She's been a loving wife, a mother, mother-in-law, grandmother, and also an inspiration to all of us. And her roots take us back to India, though she's been living there in Australia. When human beings experience trauma or severe life-threatening situations, it is not uncommon for their lives to unravel. Having a great passion is to serve the needy and be a role model to those who have been through a traumatic or stressful experience. This is something Mrs. Lal preaches and uses as her core to help others in need. Ma'am, please, without you, no other event or no event can end or start. So we would like to hear from you to our audience, please. The stage is all yours. A very, very warm welcome to you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone present here tonight.
Good afternoon.
I offer my regards to all the keynote speakers, our moderator, and the people joining us. On behalf of IIU, I give a really heartfelt vote of thanks to our guests who spent their busiest time gracing the occasion. Today we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this is to define encouraging in our future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and shown us a new path. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Mr. Pandit for the perfect, majestic support and guidance he has extended to all of us. Well, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. Whereas I bedside and are planning for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed up by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of IIU who knows their job and are result-oriented. I cannot thank everyone enough for their hard work to the completion of the task beyond their comfort zone. At the end, I express my thanks to all on the stage and of the stage staff to make this a great event. Thank you. Thank you, Karina.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for your kind words. And please keep on showering such blessings to all of us so that we all can grow and learn together. Thank you so much. With this, I would like each one of us to start their camera so that we can have the group picture for at the end of this conference and for tomorrow so that you all can share it. I would request once again, please to start all of your cameras, please. Hey, cheese. Yeah. We have picture click. There are people joining now. Oh. Now, this is a good one. Thank you so much to all of you. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and let's join our hands together to connect youth with opportunities to transform their lives. So thank you so much from the International Internship University to all.